Hello everyone, this is Talha and I am an RPA developer. So our today's topic is the automation challenge version 2.0. So in this challenge we need to download an Excel file and enter into the text field. As we click on start button, so the fields will change their locations and it will appear differently. So first I will show you an Excel file how it looks like, then I will show you about how the fields are changing. So this is an Excel file in which there are different columns. First we need to extract the employee identification number, then company name, then sector, then company address, automation tool, and the annual automation saving and date of first project. So this is an Excel file that we are going to use in our automation. So as I click on the start button, the fields, the, the position of the fields will change. Every time when we click on the submit button, the locations of the fields will be different, as you can see this as well. So for that there are two things that we can be used to identify the field and enter the value. I will show you the both. Let's move towards the UiPath. So as you see, I have downloaded an Excel file, and here it's use the read range workbook activity, then we use browser activity. So it will open the browser or use the same browser, and here we give give the URL of the website, and then it will click on the start button to start the automation. So here is an activity, type into activity, where we use this, we build a selector to identify the field, but it's not that efficient, and sometimes it identify and sometimes it's miss the field, so there are a lot of chances of getting error. So for this we use this whole div to identify the field, and then it will first click on the text box and then enter the input, and then enter the input from the Excel file that we use. So why I don't use this activity? Because when the bot is processing and entering the field, entering the text into the fields, so sometimes the selector didn't identify the particular text box and enter the value in the other one. For example, if I build this selector for the company name, and if it didn't find the company name, so the text will go into the EIN number or the closest text box. So there are many chances of getting an error. So that's why I don't use this. So for this we simply use an anchor based activity in which we use find image, and then we use type into. So anchor based activity, in this we can use both things. We can use an image or we can use the div. For the better result we can use the image. How to use it? First we click on the three bars, then click on grab screen. So this red mouse will appear like you see here with the dotted box below. So we select only the particular area, not too big and not too small, so it will help easily identify your field. So we use for each row in data table, and here is the current row, and dt is our data table. It's the read range workbook output. Here you see it's dt. Okay, and we are using current row 0 dot to string. It will change any format into to string, so for the safe side we are using dot to string, so we can put out the accurate value in the text box. And for the 0, and here you can see the one, these are the column name. Here are 0 and here is 1, so we can adjust it according to our needs. Okay, so we use the anchor base activity similar like the above for the company name, sector, addresses, automation, annual saving, date, and then we click on submit. After that, when the bot is running and entering the value into the input field, sometime you will get this captcha. So for this captcha we can use two things. First is, like I use that, is simply a click button, and then for to avoid the error, just click on continue on error and set a timeout of 1 second. So if the element appear in 1 second, it will click and continue the loop. If the element didn't appear, this activity will be ignored and the loop will go on. Or you can use the find, you can use the find element activity as well, like you see here. So if, or you can use the other activity as well, but the most reliable activity for this is the presentation. After the clicking, after the after the bot click on submit button, then it will, then on the first transaction, on the second transaction, on the third transaction, or the first form, second form, or the third form, this I am not a robot captcha will appear. So here is pretty much it, and I already show the automation of this bot as well, the running part where it's inputting the field, so you can go and watch the part 1 as well. Thank you. Please like and subscribe. Happy automation.